What's up, everybody? We are in downtown Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide Roll, class of 2004 right here. Brian Tripp with you. We are with Richard Henry. We're going to talk about this project he's got going on here in 1 second. Let me just kind of show you where we are. Brand new park right here. Just got built. The Tuscaloosa Amphitheater is right there over the river. And the new Saban Center is being built. Where are we at, Richard?
Right behind that hotel.
Right here behind
this hotel.
Just
on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
You can kind of see
the brand new Saban Center. That's Nick Saban, by the way, greatest college football coach of all time. And what's the Saban Center going to be, real quick, Richard?
So it's like a discovery museum, similar to a McWayne, but it's also got more arts and science. It's a STEM hub for the state of Alabama. The state just put a bunch of money into it. So I think $74 million or so is the contract they just signed this week for construction. So it's going to be a big project, game changer in downtown.
So where we're sitting right now, Richard, you would consider this to be we're on the corner of Jack Warner Parkway and Greensboro. We're in the middle of everything right here.
That's right. So downtown Tuscaloosa is just above us. Chuck's Fish, Embassy Suites, a lot of great restaurants and bars, entertainment and hotels there. You got the new Parker Hahn Park, like you said, the amphitheater, Saban Center. The city's done a ton of money in infrastructure. They just rebuilt Jack Warner Parkway, Greensboro Avenue. So we're really right on the corner of Main and Main downtown. The river's just right there. You can see the bridge over it.
And then, just for those that don't know, where is the university in relation? How close are we to the University of Alabama?
University's probably a mile back across downtown, so not far at all.
And then this project right here that's going on is your project.
Correct. It was old, used to be a motel 50, 60 years ago. It was kind of used as apartments for the last 30 or 40 years. It was really a slum, really poor condition. And so some local bankers and an attorney had bought it, and they were going to do like a boutique hotel or something with it. And they just got where they didn't have enough time to do the project. And so it sat here for a while. We bought it from them. I've got some partners on it, and we bought it from them. And we're converting what was 40 motel rooms into 20 one-bedroom, one-bath condos. And then in the basement, fronting Jack Warner Parkway, there's 5,000 to 6,000 square feet of commercial space. The commercial space actually comes all the way under the parking lot there where you can see these trucks. That's on top of the basement. So big, really neat space down there with like 16, 18-foot ceilings.
And you'll rent that out to people like who?
Yeah, we'll white box it, get it move-in, or not move-in ready, but we'll get it where you can see it and look good. It's going to be a little hard because downstairs doesn't have any parking, but it'd be a cool speakeasy or golf simulator place. Really neat kind of office space. Really any kind of creative use where you want to be in a neat location, but you don't have a whole lot of traffic. It'd be hard for a restaurant.
So why condos? So if it's a condo, y'all are going to end up selling them.
Yeah, we'll sell all of them.
But you'll keep the retail space.
We'll keep the commercial space downstairs unless somebody wants to buy it. It'll be a separate condo where we could sell it, but our intent is to keep the commercial space, sell off the condos.
Why'd you choose to go that route instead of keeping them as like apartments? Or
I don't think the rent would be high enough versus what we can sell them for. I think we'll sell them in the low 300s, and I don't know what a one bedroom would. I can't imagine it'd rent for much more than $1,200 to $1,500. So it's hard to keep something at $1,500 a month, and we can sell it for $300 or so.
For sure. Okay, so and then take me through what are y'all doing to this place, because it looks like there's a lot going. You told me earlier it was in pretty rough shape.
Yeah, so we gutted it all the way to the structure. I mean, and even that, we only kept about half of that. So we tore out all the walls, all electrical, mechanical, plumbing, and we're going in and replacing everything. So we reframed them upstairs. The ceilings were only 7.5 feet high, so we ended up vaulting the ceilings upstairs. Reframed them. We had to sprinkle it because we changed the use and did over 50% improvements. So we ran fire sprinklers.
Sprinkle it as in add sprinklers.
Yeah, like we added fire sprinklers. They're in the process now of adding columns, adding hardy soffit and fascia. So next week we'll come in and paint it all. It's going to be like a black color with white windows, replace the roof. So it's going to be essentially brand new except for the structure.
Gotcha.
Have to do landscape, park, and all that.
Who is your ideal client here? What's the type of person that's gonna buy a condo like this? Is this like a football condo? That's what I think of when I think of Tuscaloosa.
I mean, for me, I think of if I wanted a place, if I lived in Birmingham or some other city, I want a place in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, 7 weeks a year you'd like to be on campus, but I'd rather eat at Chuck's and go to Session downtown than go to Galette's and Phil's on campus.
You don't sound like a college student anymore.
I know. I mean, not as a college student, I'd rather live in downtown, be on the Riverwalk near restaurants and bars, and you can catch a golf cart into the game. So I think you'll have a game day use. I think you'll have some parents that buy it for their child at school. Since we're sprinkling it, you'll be able to do short-term rental. You got to get some approvals, but you shouldn't have any trouble. So I think we'll have people that'll use it some, do some short-term rental. I don't really foresee somebody living there full-time, but they could. The units are kind of small with not a lot of closet space. But
so Richard, can we go look at any of them?
Yeah, we can go look at them.
You guys want to do that? Let's go look at a couple. Let's stay as safe as we can.
All right, so this building down here is going to be 10 units. The building up there will be another 10. So there's 5 on the bottom and 5 upstairs. These end units are a little bit bigger. We got somebody in that one. Here, let's walk in this one, see if there's anybody in them. All right, so this is kind of a middle unit when you walk in. This is going to be the living room and kitchen, so the kitchen's all roughed in. It'll be all the way along this back wall. As you can see, the fire sprinklers. We've replaced all the windows, doors. I mean, you can tell everything. This is where the old bathrooms were. So this room was 1 unit, and so we've added.
It was a hotel unit. It was a motel.
Yeah, it was just a motel unit. So it just had a bathroom and room for a bed. And so now this will be the bedroom in here. Bedroom, closet, then bathroom there. Have stack washer dryer in the bathroom. So they'll be small, but 1 bedrooms, but we're going to fix them and make them real nice. We'll scrape all these ceilings, slick everything, hopefully hang sheetrock in about 2 or 3 weeks. So very heavy lift. This project has been very involved. It's going to be really nice when we get done, but it's taken a lot longer than we would have expected in permitting and construction too.
Richard, how would you get financing for something like this? Because you got to buy it. You got to come in here and just do all this work up front. Seems costly.
So we got a construction loan through Alabama Credit Union, and we on this one we put our 20% of the deal in up front. They loaned us the balance at that time, and then now as we progress on the construction, we call the bank and say, hey, we're now 30%. We need to draw, X amount of dollars at this time. They come out and inspect it. We send them a list of what we spent the money on. And as long as they agree with it, then they fund the money as we go.
How specific can we get with the dollar amounts?
So we paid $1,750,000 around there for the property. And our expectation was to spend about that much. We'll probably spend more than that. So
you're talking about 3.5 plus.
Yeah, so you're talking $3.5 to $4 million. But if you've got 20 condos at $300,000 a piece, it's $6 million. Then you've got the commercial space. Again, we may go over that on construction. The construction is gone over a good bit. Mm-hmm. So,
gotcha.
And time has taken a lot longer, but I think we'll still make decent money selling condos and have the commercial space left.
How much risk is involved in a deal like this?
Not being able to cash flow, it's probably a risk because they don't want to finance your interest carry. So we've got to be able to cover some of that out of pocket, and then getting stuck on the construction. And I'll say for us, we self-perform a lot of this work, the demo, carpentry, concrete, a lot of that stuff. and it's just taken us a long time to get that done. And so having the knowledge to do it, this is probably on the upper end of complexity of a job we like to do.
Mm-hmm.
We really needed the work 18 months ago when we bought this. We were slow construction wise, and it took a year to get permitting.
Wow.
And so by that time, all of our other projects were kicked off, and so we didn't really need the work. So now we're here for a few days, we pull off, go to other projects to keep everything else going. So schedule wise, it's been a juggling act for us. It made it take longer.
So just from the fact that the clock's running on the money, you're not cash flowing and nothing's coming in.
Oh yeah.
So it's like everything right now is going out.
That's right. But fortunately for us, we can kind of keep different buckets of deals. We can only do so much development or speculative work. Then we've got cash flow jobs. So as long as other stuff's rented and doing well, then we can afford to cash flow a job like this.
No.
But yeah, time is of the essence.
No. Awesome. Cool. So, and it's just, again, from someone who doesn't really know any better, this is going to sell presumably for $300,000, a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. That seems like crazy steep, but that's, we're a mile from the stadium. You're right here in the middle of everything, and that's just what it demands here in Tuscaloosa? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, especially for essentially brand new, they're going to be very nice. We think we'll hit the mark on it. So
Awesome. Do all the rest of them, they're all going to look like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
The floor plans may vary a little bit, but pretty close. We're on the structured parking here. We've talked about that, but it's hard to beat this corner in town, and then they'll be nice on the inside. So, but it is a lot of work, and probably more work than we estimated in the beginning. But once you get in the middle of one of these, there's not much you can do. You got to keep going and keep plowing ahead. So that's what we're doing, and it's starting to pick up speed now. So hopefully we'll be in the fall, start getting some stuff ready to deliver.
Awesome. Richard, thank you so much for giving us a tour of Tuscaloosa and showing us around and showing us everything you're up to, man.
Sure, anytime.
That. Awesome.
Thanks.
See you guys in the next one.